Amazing audience, we are live with Mario Rivers. What is the D for?
The D? Dimitri.
Dimitri.
It's my middle name.
Oh, there we go. Nice to meet you, man.
Likewise.
So what's up? What's up? How are you doing?
I'm great. I'm enjoying life right now. I got a lot of different things that I'm getting into, and so I'm just grateful for the opportunity. Thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. Tell me, which of your talents is responsible for us connecting at this time?
I think you probably saw the book there that I wrote.
There we go.
Yep. And this prompted a whole bunch of other things. So I started a podcast on relationships and people building solid relationships, and I kind of built a business around that. And so that's basically what brought us here today. So
why did you choose to wear red in the front and then black behind?
You know, when you're first starting something, you don't have necessarily like a game plan. You just try to do it, and you know. So I didn't really have a strategy. I don't know. When I did the photo shoot,
I found it to be so cool in terms of relationships, because in a relationship, you know, you can have one personality being that color and then one personality being this color.
The red signifies the heart too.
Yeah. Right? Well, that's great. So who did you learn the skill of being able to expand in relationships from?
Well, this actually stemmed from when I was in the military. I would travel around to all these different countries, and I actually documented like when I was dating. Not on purpose though. I never tried to write a book on purpose, but years passed and I had all these notepads, and so I finally just put all that into a manuscript. And then like 2 years later, I had been sitting on that for a couple years. Then I just decided, some people read the manuscript and say, you should try to publish it. And so I did. I had been making excuses for a lot.
Yeah.
And really this stemmed from one of my friends. We were on deployment, and him and his wife were having issues, something that could have been worked out, and he ended up actually getting killed by the wife's boyfriend. And so I got really passionate about trying to help people build their relationships. That's really what prompted me to publish the book. So I guess tragedy led to me trying to help other people not have to go through that.
Yeah, it's amazing how that works, right?
Yeah.
So why will you continue now that you've started, you've gotten going, right? Why will you continue to repeat the skills of empowering people and to understand the blueprints of relationships?
Well, it's not even just that. See, like I was telling you before we started, I had to build a business around that because I didn't know it's all marketing and promotion. And so when I think about relationships and all of this stuff like that I'm doing now, it's a lot of people that go to 9-to-5 jobs that they hate and they buy things to impress people that they don't like, right? Yeah. And they never really follow their passion. And so what I teach in my books and like with the online courses that I teach is, if you want to do something, you only have one lifetime. And like you, the amazing thing that you're doing, traveling around, meeting entrepreneurs and doing this thing, I think people should just take a step back and think about that thing that they dreamt about when they were little, or whatever it is in their heart that they want to do, and pursue that instead of making all the excuses. And that's one reason why I wrote the book. Relationships affect everybody, right?
Yeah.
People will go to work and have a bad day all day because, they had a fallout with their spouse. And again, thinking about my friend, how he lost his life over something that could have been really just discussed.
Yeah.
So I'm really passionate about people living their passions, having the best relationships, having the best life, having the best opportunities to succeed. So
that's great. Where can people connect with you?
Oh, they can just go to MarioRivers.com. Everything is there. I do business coaching and online coaching. So it's MarioRivers.com. Relationship coaching if they want to get. I write a lot of blogs. I do a podcast on iTunes and Stitcher Radio every Monday.
What's the name of the podcast?
The Relationship Resolutions Podcast.
Love it. R.
Yeah. And if they want to get online business coaching, that's MarioRivers.com/online business coaching. But it's less about the coaching and more about people living their fullest life, achieving their fullest potential in relationships. It's a bit hot out here.
Yeah. Houston. I'm in Houston.
Right. That
It
humidity.
comes with the sweat.
Right.
But tell me one other thing you've done consistently over the last 3 years. Please.
Over the last 3 years? Well, I've had a lot of failures in my business, right? Everybody hears this phrase, build it and they will come. And for both of us, we know that that's not always true, right?
True.
You have to build your brand. Just like, even though my goal is to help people build solid relationships and build businesses that they love so they can pursue their passions. The last thing in the last 3 years, I've had to not quit when I fail. Like I might, run ads to the book, or I might try to do some one-on-one coaching with people. And because people don't know me, it's been hard to build up the brand and stuff like that. But I made a commitment to myself and to the people that I'm trying to help, that even if right now it doesn't go the way I want, similar to how you're going to all these cities and spreading the message, I want to make a commitment to never quit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. How does it make you feel to know that up to this point, you haven't quit?
Everybody measures success in different ways. So let's say if I never become a New York Times bestseller, because I have a bunch of other books that I'm going to write and release. Let's say if I never become that, I never become the best coach, I never become whatever. My success isn't that I'm, famous. My success is that I get a message from one person one time that says, you know what, Mario, thanks for everything that you're doing. It helped me change this perspective in my life. And that's the main goal. So for me, that's success for me. Like when I look back over my life, I've also released some music too. I've been playing piano since I was 7. But It's not about releasing the book. It's that I even had the audacity to go just do it. A lot of people are paralyzed by their fear of failure, or they're paralyzed and they make excuses about why they can't get it done. And today is so much opportunity and technology that no one has an excuse not to be successful, but they can't quit. It's going to take a lot of time, similar to how it's taking you some time to build
get
stuff.
started. Love it. Well, let's switch gears for a moment. Let me invite you now into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water, right?
Right.
What is your earliest childhood memory?
My earliest childhood memory, I have a lot. If I had to put an emphasis on anything, it would have to be when I started playing piano. And I have a Christian band right now. And one thing is that, some parents will tell their kids you can be anything you want to be, but a lot of people don't really know what that means. So if I had to remember anything, it was that my mom always really encouraged me to follow and do what I want to do, but she meant it in a real sense, not like a cliche term that you tell your kids. It was just like she really believed it, and her belief forced me to believe in myself. And so her just encouraging me to do whatever I want to do. That's how I've been able to release this book and release the music albums that I released, because I just had my mom had the gumption, for lack of better words, to tell me, hey, go do it, don't quit. If that's what you want, go do whatever it takes to get there. So that's what I hope that I can impart on the audience.
Yeah, you're doing that now for so many other people, isn't it? Yeah. All right. If we fast forward to when you were 12, what was your favorite song?
My favorite song when I was 12? So I didn't listen to any type of other music except for gospel music until I was 17.
Right.
Because my dad is a pastor. My 2 youngest brothers right now are ministers for over 10 years. My grandfather was a pastor. So you can imagine the type of household that I grew up in. So I listened to mostly Christian and gospel music, as I still do now. But once I was 17, I started listening to other types of music. So when I was 12, I don't really know what my favorite song is. I would probably have to say Pastor John P. Key.
Yeah. What's that song about?
Well, that's an artist, a musical artist, but he has so many different
What song comes to
records.
mind?
What song comes to mind? When I was 12, I don't know. But if I had to pick a song now, actually, I like the Williams Singers. They're from Indianapolis, Indiana. They make a lot of good gospel music. I would have to say this song called Increase. It's actually something new that they're coming out with. And so I've heard a little bit of it, and that really kind of like touches me in a way, thinking about increase in your life, right? How if you trust God and you trust yourself, that you can have abundance and increase in your life. So yeah, the Williams Singers Increase. I would have to say right now that's probably one of my number one songs.
I love that. All right, my friend. Well, we've arrived at our destination, but before we get off of this time machine, there's a small declaration form. So it's yes or no, possibly a bit more. We're going to move quickly here. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Have you chosen someone, Mario, to pass on your skills to?
Yes.
Are you married?
Yes,
Do you have children?
I have 3 children.
Do you believe in God?
I do believe in God.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
my inner circle of friends is books. when you know, I'm married, so like the most time I do, I spend it with my wife and children and my family sometime, but mostly with my wife and children. I go to work, and when I'm at home, I spend time with them, and then when I'm not spending time with them and I'm not working, I'm working on my business or working on. And here's what I impart to my children is that no matter what your circumstances are, where you grew up, what your current circumstance, you can always make the choice to follow a dream, but you do that by setting goals and achieving those goals. Like right now, when my sons ask me for money, I tell them, how will you earn it? And then with them seeing me doing all the business behind the books and these online courses, they're starting to come to me with ideas about doing things in their life that they want to do. So that's what I'm passing on to them, is the spirit of not necessarily entrepreneurship, but of perseverance, hard work, and that you can achieve whatever that you want to achieve as long as you set goals and follow your goals.
Oh, that's great. What about TV? Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
For more than 3 hours a day? No.
How about 3 hours a week?
Yeah.
What about screen time, the phone and the computer? Is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
Oh, it's more than 8.
If you had to share, go ahead. Sorry.
When I'm at home, I told you I work on my business, so I'm always writing articles, relationship articles. I'm always writing online business articles. I might be writing some copy for some ads or something like that. So my time at TV is really on the weekend. I catch up on shows with my wife and with my kids. Yeah. We big, huge Marvel fans. Yeah. So we just yesterday we just watched Infinity War. So I do that on the weekend, but during the week I'm either reading or writing.
If you had to share with us your own unique real statement, a statement that represents Mario Dimitri Rivers, what would you say that is?
A statement. So it'd be like a closing statement or a life statement. The best things in life can't be bought. They're either earned, learned. They're either earned or learned.
I love it.
They don't cost money. It's things that people can't take away from you. Things like work ethic, or things like knowledge. Knowledge can never be taken from you. Your achievements. So it's less about monetary things and more about the things that have value that you can't put a dollar amount on.
Priceless.
So yeah, priceless.
Mario, this is a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
Sure. First of all, thanks for having me on. I hope I have provided you guys with something that you could take away. But if you don't take away anything else from this interview, I want you in the next 90 days to set one goal, right? All the excuses you've been making, everything that you've been doing, none of that matters. I want you to set one goal, and in the next 90 days, I want you to break down how you can reach that number one goal. Whether that's to start a business, whether that's to write a book, whether that's to record some music, or whatever your passion is. Stop making excuses and go out there and get it done, because today is the best time, right? The best opportunity that you have to do that. And you owe it to yourself to be great.
Love it. Mario Rivers, this was a great pleasure. Thank you for being on
Thank
What
you.
Is Inspired by 12 Minute
really
Convos
appreciate it.
with Angel
Thank
Jones.
you.
Did you have fun?
I did. It's
Ooh.
awesome.